Hello and welcome to this lecture on volume of distribution. Volume of distribution is an important pharmacokinetic parameter because it determines the loading dose that is required to achieve particular steady state concentration immediately after a dose has been administered. So in the last lecture we're talking about that how doses are important, and we discussed in the last lecture that there is a relationship between dose and effect, and we discussed in the last lecture that dose and effect will produce in terms of pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. So now we're talking about volume distribution, which I already mentioned that it is an important pharmacokinetic parameter because it determines the loading dose. And what is loading dose? Which is, if you see the definition, as the name indicates, loading. It is meant by initial dose. According to the definition, loading dose is an initial higher dose of a drug that may be given at the beginning of course of treatment before dropping down to a lower maintenance dose. So when we talk about volume of distribution, we discuss in terms of the loading dose, the initial dose, and then after the loading dose. Actually, it is important because we have to give patient to the drug, and to achieve the steady state concentration, uh, we, we have to see that the drug has been given through which route of administration, either through intravenous or through, as we discussed in the last lecture, to maintain the steady state concentration. So the dosage has been, the initial dose or the loading dose will be different when we talk about compared to maintenance dose. If you see in this slide, it is defined as volume distribution relates the amount of drug in the body to the concentration of the drug in the blood or plasma. And it is calculated by this formula. V is equal to amount of drug in the body, and C stands for concentration. Now, what actually volume of distribution describe? The answer is volume of distribution indicates the extent of distribution. It describes the extent of distribution. But it does not describe in which tissue or fluid it distributes. So actually, it is a general mechanism that how a drug has been distributed throughout the body, but it does not tell about the specific tissue. Two drugs can have the volume distribution same, but one may distribute primarily more into the muscles, whereas other may be concentrated in the adipose tissue. So you have to understand that volume of distribution. If you see in this table, there are different drugs. I'm not going to pronounce them, but these all drugs have their different volume of distribution. But if you see closely, two drugs like sildenafil and then ganciclovir, these two drugs have almost similar volume of distribution. But with this, we cannot able to determine that the drug has been distributed particularly in which sub tissues. Either it is distributed in the muscles or in the adipose tissues. So it has to be understood that it is only useful to determine the extent of distribution. The volume of distribution is easily approximated for many drugs. For example, if the first 80 milligram dose of gentamicin is administered intravenously and result in a peak plasma concentration of 8 milligram per liter, volume of distribution would be calculated as follows. We know the formula for volume distribution. V is equal to X naught over C, where X naught is the dosage and C is the resulting concentration. So the dose is 80 milligram, whereas concentration is 8 milligram per liter. And then if we divide them, the resulting answer is 10 liters. So we can calculate the volume of distribution very easily. Volume of distribution is very closely related to patient physiology. Therefore, a large patient such as 160 kilogram of football player would have expected to have a large volume of distribution of drug than a small person such as 40 kilogram grandmother. So you have to understand that the body weight of the patient is very important to determine the volume of distribution of a drug and to determine the loading dose of the drug. So thank you so much for today's lecture. Hope to see you again in more upcoming lectures.